Hi there, folks. It's Mandy from Kemp Freehold, and today I am showing you my catch-all room. When we moved in, if I didn't know where to put something, I put it in here. If we had something that needed to go into the upstairs that they haven't gotten the electricity in yet, it went in here. I did have my desk there in that corner. I took it out yesterday and put it in my bedroom. We are clearing this out because Matt's mom is going to be moving with us. She's hopefully going to sell her house at the top of the market or at the higher part of the market and move in with us for a while until she finds something at the lower end of the market. And then I'd like to talk to you about multi-generational families because I think it's going to become important. So hold on, we're going to move locations. So Matt and I have lived in a multi-generational home before. We lived with 3 of the kids, 4 eventually, but we started out with, it was when I was expecting Mason. We moved in with his grandmother and his aunt, and we lived there until his grandmother died. So by the time she passed, we had added Bo to the mix. She was a year old when Grandma finally died.
A big rock.
That being said,
A big rock.
yes, a big rock. See everybody, a big rock. So we've had some experience with it. I have a few tips for you. Number 1, make sure that people who have more space requirements have a place they can retreat to. So Matt really needs some quiet alone time. I need it too, but I can live without it, but he really needs it. So see if there's a way you can eke out a little section somewhere for people whose personalities require that. Secondly, have in place clear expectations. So we want everyone to keep the common areas fairly clean. You know, what you do in your bedroom is your problem, but you know, keep the living room and the kitchen clean. You can divide up duties as you all see fit is another thing I would recommend. So when we were there, living there with Grandma, Matt mostly took care of the grass. I did meals almost exclusively for all of us. And then basically Grandma just kind of had people tend to her because she needed a lot of care. And we all kind of pitched in and did what we needed to do. And then another thing is don't have unrealistic expectations. Matt's mom was, when we had first approached her with this idea of moving in with us, she said she thought maybe she should try it for a week to see how, you know, we got along and if she would get on our nerves. And my response is, thank you. My response was that of course she's going to get on my nerves. Everybody gets on everybody's nerves. I mean, it's unrealistic to expect you're not going to have, you know, issues it crop up from time to time. It's just the way it is, you know. Like I told her, the only time someone did not get on my nerves within a housing arrangement was when I lived by myself. And sometimes I got on my nerves too. So it's just unrealistic to think you won't have conflicts and confrontations. It's just the way of it. And so we approached her about this because we would like her to be able to sell her home, which is not in the nicest of neighborhoods, at the top of the market. And then once the market comes down, because it's going to, I hope she manages to sell before it does. And then she can buy a house that she wants.
Here you go, Mommy.
Thank you, sweetie. That she's able to do the things she likes, like gardening and tending to chickens and things, because right now she lives in the city. And, you know, that way she can buy what she wants at the lower end of the market, hopefully, and can use the cash from her house sale to do that. And it helps us in some ways because then we will have a little bit of assistance with the kids. But mainly it was to help her out. I think it's something people need to kind of consider. Maybe you can move in and be a caretaker for an older relative who needs help or just doesn't want to be alone. You know, not everyone wants to live alone. I want to live alone. I like living alone. But not everyone likes to live alone. So, you could be just offering some sort of support for an older person that needs it. Not everyone has help set up or is willing to ask for it, but would be thrilled to have someone else around. Or you could offer, if you're an older person or if you're a single person with a big old house or even not so big house, you could offer to help them because it might help with bills. The way the economy's going, we're going to all have to pull together. They're expecting fuel, electricity, and other forms of heating like natural gas to go up by a lot. You might need it to keep the heat on in your house. And no, it's not going to be convenient, but it might just be the right answer. We did that for generations not too long ago. Everyone lived in multi-generational houses. So I think you're going to have to start thinking outside the box about things that you need to do as far as households that you might not have considered, say, 2 years ago. I hope I've given you some food for thought, and at any rate, I will keep you all apprised of the disaster that is my extra catch-all room. You can judge me. I judge me too. It got really out of hand in there. If this is of interest to you, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. So this is the room several months later. I did work on it bits and pieces, but I was getting down the wire, and a friend from church offered to come over and help, and she did, and we got it all done. And we got my mother-in-law moved in this week, and we are going to buy her, well, actually we've ordered a different bed because this bed frame takes up way more space in the room than, it needs to. Like, there's a lot of extra space that it just sucks up. So that'll be nice. We have something a little smaller, and she'll be able to get out either side so she can use either door to the room. And here we go. So this is going to be the situation for now till she, in a few months, hopefully is able to sell her house and look for a new one. But here's where she'll be staying, and it'll be a win-win for everybody. If this is of interest to you, like and subscribe. And remember, do what you can with what you got. And we'll see you next time. Bye.